Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back. We got more Tortois goodness here. Well, sort of. Sort of. It's not. I guess it's not goodness, actually. This one is titled Just Stop Talking. Not me. Not me. It's my channel. I get to talk. Not me. Not me. You ever get in those battles with some of these guys and gals and they just start babbling about bad teams and players and you're in the wrong spot and most of you are thinking, well, Guido, you've done that before. I know, but you know what I'm talking about. This super annoying just won't be quiet. Now, I don't have XVM. I don't use it. Whatever. I don't care if anybody uses it. But one thing it doesn't do is give me some colors to start getting angry about at the beginning. So that's good. Now, a lot of that is just your own personal problem if you're getting angry at it. But you know what? Simply removing it just completely removes it, and then I don't even think about it. So I like that. That's a good thing. I think a lot of people could probably use that technique for not getting triggered and babbling so much. I had a battle here in the Tortois, and I'm on Airfield Himmelsfieldorf Air. And we're going to have some fun with the chat in here. We'll talk about it as we go. Why is it? I think the yappiest people are blues. I know people have said that before. Somebody said, oh no, and something said, uh-oh, and I said, oh no. So this kind of started it. I thought he was just being funny or something. I'm like, I'll just be funny back. Oh no. We'll watch the chat as we go here. It seems like the blues, but there's also a subset. It's the average players who have a lot of battles. The very experienced, I think, in my opinion, the very experienced, 49%ers, those guys. So we got, wow, our top tank is a joke. Well, that's your first clue that somebody is XVM triggered. XVM'd. He calls him, I say it's Gandalf, dude. And it is. The M454 is Gandalf the Great. I would rather have Gandalf the White. He was more powerful, I believe, after he got jumped up once they got rid of Saruman. So Gandalf the White would be better. But we got Gandalf the Great, And we'll just kind of pause it here and see. Now, the thing is, when you complain about some of these things, there's usually some validity to the complaint. Rarely does somebody just start complaining. Well, that's not true. They do complain about their color, but then if you back it up with bad positioning, it sort of makes sense. And that I'm not saying that justifies it. It's just that, okay, I get it. I can see the anger. So initially he was just going off the color because we were all at spawn, but now we just take a little, oh boy. So that's our M454, heavy tank, top tier. There's a lot of top tiers, all right, but it is one of our heavy tanks, and it really needs to be ideally up in that heavy brawling area up there and not sniping in the old French sniper heavily armored tank. But we'll just let this go. It's Gandalf the Grey, though, and of course, when you are going to be one of those people that just starts talking, you've got the effing idiot top tank useless. Okay? Now this is from the Charfooter. The Charfooter. Where is he? Let's go ahead and increase the mini-map once again so you guys can see. But he's way up there in the north in that bush. So just kind of watch the Charfooter and the AMX M454. Gandalf the Grey would be ideal if he was white. We did nuke their AMX 50B, which was nice that he YOLO'd in and died. So I sort of imagine on the other team there's kind of a mirror conversation going on, complaining about the AMX 50B YOLO, right? They're over there. Okay. So looking for a shot here. And I'm already sensing danger in the middle. I'm not liking it. What a joke. Heavy, wow, he's mad. Wow. Still angry. And I don't know if he dropped all our heavies are a joke. OMFG. I don't know, man. It's Gandalf. I wish he wasn't so angry with poor Gandalf. It makes me feel bad, And maybe the M454 is back there. The Charfooter is like, you're late. And right now the Gandalf is like, I am not late. A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to, or however that quote went. I don't know. Maybe he's back here fighting the Balrog, and soon he will emerge as Gandalf the White and carry the game. A little foreshadowing. Stand by. The coffee's nice. Of course, I'm not doing much yet either, am I? I mean, you really could be typing and complaining about me, sitting back here in my Assault TD. You could potentially, if you were the Charfooter, be complaining about yourself as you're sitting in a bush with a Charfooter. In that Gandalf the Gay. So he's going through levels of triggeredness. Started off with irritated by the color, then the positioning kind of irritated him, and then the name, he didn't like the name very much, and then we've rolled into personal insults regarding one's orientation or alleged orientation going at in there. The thing about that kind of particular insult, I find it fascinating, the kind of people who think that's an insult. Now, when I was 12, I probably thought that was an insult to some extent. So there you go. You've got the immature. Why am I moving at the second the IS-4 came out to be shot? I don't know, because I'm a Muppet. But now I'm headed forward. Let's do this. I got to get my tank in the game. I got to get some damage. IS-4 is rocking back and forth. You'll notice the Charfooter is still sitting there. Gandalf the Grey is still hanging out in the back. And, we have some movement. We have some movement. I mean, I don't know if it was my charge forward that was the impetus or the inspiration for Gandalf to get moving, but he's not quite coming forward. He just knocked over some buildings, it looks like. So he's still hanging out in Minas Tirith over there. He has not attacked. He's not headed towards the gates of Mordor yet. Not just yet. So we'll send the Tortois up here. The whole positioning of my team was not so much. It was not so much. The South is not doing great, so I figure I need to get up here and get some shots. Also, as a lot of my battles in the Tortoise lately have been with the videos I've made, I am still working on the crit mission, so we'll come up here, and this time I'm actually smart enough to start putting in some APCR. He pins me anyway, no matter what I'm doing. That's a bummer. Shooting heat. There we go. I'm going to try to get 2 shots on him, but I think I eat one here. Yeah, there we go. Reload's pretty quick, but the IS-4 isn't too shabby either. There we go. We snuck one more on. Like, oh, geez, that is not what I need right there. Mr. T-95, do not hit me, please. There we go. So we got back. Problem, obviously, with this tank is that big tumor comes up over the hill well before my gun does. And it's not a very fast, rocking back and forth kind of tank. I get hit by the object who is over in the bush over there. And it's at this point I start looking at our complainer, our vocal, irritated Charfooter, and I start thinking to myself, Self, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if the Charfooter would come out and start assassinating little hit point things and try to knock this one back a little bit? That would be really good. I'm just looking for crit hits, so we're going to shoot the T-95 in there. That worked, and I got away with it. That was nice. Takes a long time to chew down on a T-95, so to speak. I don't know why our Leopard did that. That was very strange. Whether he might have thought that the T-95 took a shot at me right there, but I don't think he did, clearly, since the Leopard just died as he came out. I can't go too far up because the 140 is there, and again, I'm thinking Charfooter, man. Come on, buddy. Charfooter, get out there. Stop complaining. Good news is he hasn't whined about anything for a while. Now, I think Gandalf is finally getting on Shadowfax here in just a moment, and he'll be rushing forward. Perhaps that's what he was waiting for. He had called the king of the horses, and now, there you go. He has his mighty steed. Here he comes. We're going to come up here. I'm going to have to come all the way up here to get to the lower plate. I eat another shot from the 140. That is a major bummer. There we go. But the 140 is lit, and now I'm thinking, great. Charfooter. I mean, we've knocked down some bad guys. That guy's kind of beat up. You got more or less full hit points. Go kill that 140, man. Come on, baby. And that's another thing about the guys that, in general, sit back and complain about stuff, is they rarely do the thing they want everyone else to do. Oh, Gandalf, here he comes. Shadowfax, charge. We got this. Now, I don't know how Gandalf lost all his hit points on the way in, but he certainly did. Looks like the middle, I guess. Looks like he lost him. I didn't turn around and look at it, but looks like he lost him to the guys pushing in the middle. So he arrives at the battle with 553. So maybe this is more a Moria thing. He is Gandalf the Grey. He's just a little old, a little slow. The Balrog's a little too much for him. Pretty soon he's just going to explode. The Balrog's going to grab him with his whip and drag him down into the depths of Mordor. And we'll be on our own. Meanwhile, Charfooter guy is, he hasn't done anything. He's just sitting there. Oh, now the 5120 is mad because it's an idiot team, so we got to have that little comment in there as well. He did kill the T-95. I will give the Charfooter one thing. He did manage to kill the T-95. There goes Gandalf charging in. He gives no craps. Here he goes. He's going to get right in there and do some damage. 110 E4 kind of runs in. I'm just in a bad spot here. I'm expected to be shot in the back at any moment. I don't know where the 140 is. I don't know what the 110 E4 is doing. He just charges into that guy. Patton kills our 53-55. He's in the backfield. The Charfooter is still behind the same rock. Let's try to go over here and see if we can get a shot on this guy. There we go. Oh. All right. Oh, yeah. There we go. 408. That's nice. We get one more on him. Nice fast reload. Don't know. Don't know. Gandalf's still alive. 277 comes over. Got 3,176. All is not lost. I mean, it's not. We're not in great shape. Let's see if we can shoot this dude. That went into the ground or something. I don't know. We got guys in the cap. Sort of ignoring the stuff behind me. We'll just spin around and see if we can shoot this dude as he comes up and over. Maybe we can get a shot. Nope, we're getting sandwiched. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Was not ready. Here he comes. And a miss. And that's that. 3,176. No kills. You know, and just... don't be that guy, man. It just puts a sour taste in everyone's mouth. And I get it. Sometimes you see the colors and you get triggered. Sometimes you see the positioning. I'm more worried about the positioning. I don't necessarily care how bad you are. As long as you're putting your tank in a decent position, in a position to do something to help the team, then I'm not too bothered. If you don't play it well from there, well, you're learning and trying to get better, that's all fine. You know, but if you are going to complain and you are going to be in the Charfooter and you are going to go to one rock and sit there the whole time, don't. Don't. At least be doing something to help the team. I was really surprised after all the talking. What I found, what I kind of expected to find was a 55% player, right? Somebody who's good but not great, who's getting better at the game, starts to see things, has an understanding of the positioning and the situation, and has a valid complaint about maybe what the team is doing. Although you should not articulate it. There's just no reason to do that, but felt the need to do so. But what I found was a 49% player sitting behind a rock complaining the whole match. Don't do that. Don't do that. And poor Gandalf the Grey, he didn't get much out of that battle. He kind of sat back there. He has a lot of battles, and he's about 44%. Looks like he's given it his best. But there you have it. I don't know. Let me know what you think down there. I know some people just turn off chat. I know that getting rid of cross-team chat was a big hit with people because I think there's a lot less of that. Abusing the other team was well more popular, I would say, than abusing your own team. But there's still that stuff going on where people are complaining. Now, I will on occasion. You've seen it. I've done it on stream. I will say, hey, you know, that's a bad position or we really need you to do that. I try to keep it from being as personal as this guy made it a couple times right there. I don't see that there's much use to it. Plus, you can get banned. The things that that guy did and said could get him a day ban pretty easily, I think. I didn't send it in, so don't get mad at me if it happens. It wasn't me because I don't have time for that. I don't even bother with it. But I just thought it was kind of interesting on the whole how the whole setup went, right? Who started what based on skill level and seeing colors, how it went when the one person kind of went to a bad spot. Let me just say this last about that. There's a lot of complaints from bad to average players coming on the forum and complaining that someone's getting on their case. There's two things there. Number one, you shouldn't be called names, and they probably shouldn't even really be harassing you. But if somebody does mention you're in a bad spot, have a thought about that, because it might be true. How it's done is important, but if you got feedback, if you have been critiqued, there's a pretty good chance that what you're doing is bad. So a little self-awareness goes a long ways. That's all I've got. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you.